they do the... I'm gonna need let them. I can't hear about. Oh yeah. Every day or every other day, sometimes every day. When they were building that, I was here every day. Taking pictures, taking pictures. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Angie first thing, once circle's ready. Where do you want?
Did I call you?
Yeah.
I called you. I know I have channel 12, but
Yes. I don't have your number. You're gonna have to give it.
675,309.
Okay.
Oh, just took it. Took it forward.
I'm gonna look like that lady that they have sometimes in the calendar.
First, I'll have to use the same spell your first last name.
Angelita Olvera. Angelita Olvera.
Talk to me about how important this memorial is to you all and to this community to remember those 50 people.
It's very important. That's why I try to come and try to keep up with it, make sure it doesn't get destroyed, but I don't know.
When did you notice this morning that something was wrong?
Well, I came about 8:15. Like I said, I try to come every day or every other day if I don't have anything to do. And when I drove up and I'm like, where are the crosses? And then when I see them on the ground, I just started crying. I'm sorry, I'm a llorona. Because we've worked so hard to keep up with it. And then for somebody just to come and tear it down like if a tornado came. I'm sorry. It's just terrible.
There's so much pride in this memorial.
I come and I talk to them and I tell them, I'm here because I think about y'all. The suffering that I'm sure that they had coming over here. It's sad. I'm sorry. It just tears me apart just to think that we've worked so hard to keep this up and alive, very nice, keep up with the grass and everything, and then for them just to come in an hour or two probably tear everything down.
I know we've been talking about it so much this week with the trial and Cesar Chavez March. I mean, how does that all make you feel?
This discrimination, it's uncalled for. I'm sorry. We're all human beings. We all try to make our livings one way or another one. But This was really uncalled for. The crosses weren't doing anything to anybody. They're just standing here, enjoying the sun or the wind or the rain. It's we're um, we're organizing. We're planning on a rosary for June the 28th, and we already have man donated the flags. We're having asking for donations like water, snacks for the people that come. We're gonna have the rosary. We're gonna have the matachines. We're having a man walking with a torch, and we're still working on that from St. Clair or St. Joseph. They're gonna be walking with a torch and the Virgen de Guadalupe, and do it like we did last year.
I know it's a crime scene right now. What is it going to take to rebuild?
Volunteers. I know Kristen and I are constantly coming, making sure if something is broken or whatever, I'll call Kristen. Kristen, this is down. He'll do that. I'll pick up trash. I'll yank grass from the ground. But he's the one that does all the manpower thing. But I know about 2 months ago I came and removed all the flags because they were already torn and discolored. So I went ahead and removed them. And I go, God, they look better with the flags, but it just cost us too much money. And like I said, a man donated the 53 flags that we're gonna put them up. We're planning on getting together on June the 21st to get the volunteers to come and help us again, clean up, cut grass and everything to receive the people that are coming for the rosary.
I know nothing like this, but how often are you all dealing with vandalism, knock down crosses, torn flags?
Quite often. We had 3 flags with the flag poles on top of the mirror, and I just text the ladies that volunteer with me that have come to the rosary. Okay, the flags were taken with the flag poles. The flag poles are $22, $25 each. I said, forget it, we're not going to put them up again because they'll just take them. They have taken flags. They have taken the solar lights that the District 4 has donated to us, and you know, it saddens me because I feel that cross is probably sad because he doesn't have a light or she doesn't have a light on her cross. You know, last year there was a lady that donated, or several ladies, they made the crosses and they donated a cross rosary for each cross. And sometimes, you know, we couldn't reach up on the top, so we would put them at the bottom. But about 2 weeks ago, we came and got some help, and we put them over the tall 2x4 so we could put the cross up, I mean the rosary up there so we don't see it on the ground when it falls with the wind.
What do you do now?
I'm sorry?
What do you do now?
We're gonna pick them up. We're gonna pick these crosses up right now. As soon as they finish investigating, getting fingerprints and all that, we're gonna put the crosses back up. As long as Christian and I and whoever else wants to join us to come and check the area. Like I said, I come every other day, or sometimes I come. I came Thursday, I came yesterday, I came today to find this. It was a shock to me. I could not believe that. I know once or twice we've found 1 or 2 crosses down, and Christian will pick them up. But this time, all 53 crosses. Come on, it's ridiculous. I don't know. I'm just very upset with this.
If you were able to find who did this, what would you say?
Turn the camera off. Because, you know, this is a place for the people to respect. It's just like with the memorial over there, each stone signifies a person that passed here. It depended on the size of the stone, it was the age of the person. So I tell people not to sit on them. They're, to me and to Kristen, they're like coffins. Respect the place. You know, it's not in your way that you have to come and do this. And watch your speed. I painted these signs back there. Don't throw the trash. The other one says, drive slow. But yet, even right now with all these cops here, they still like not even 20 miles an hour. Come on, give me a break. Respect the area. I'm just very frustrated, you know. This is ridiculous. This is uncalled for. What else can we just, the crosses are going to go up. As soon as they finish the investigation, Christian is going to be doing the hard work. I'm just going to be making sure they're straight.
Thanks, Dan. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
especially if you guys start volunteering. Just to be a member. I'll take this real quick. Thank you. If you guys set up any fundraiser, you would right there. You would just necessary.
What are the classes doing for you? Why?
Well, that's the thing. This isn't an area that you just drop. Like, it's not like you said, it's not like it's in there. This is intentional. It's hate.
I mean, that's what the mayor was saying, you know. It's a hate crime, and now it's going to be, the detectives are going to be investigating. Yeah, but that was they took the press spot maybe a month and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I'm gonna put her glasses down. Of course, give them back.
I'm gonna head back, but I think there's gonna be another committee tonight, so make sure you're into it. But anything you need, call me.
Okay, thank you.
They couldn't see your real face.
Oh, really? So now do I have the false one or do I have the...
Now you have the real face, but with the glasses now.
Every time.
Look like that.
But you're getting the test. I've seen that one with them.
Make sure they're done. Yeah, I know.
Thank you for doing the story.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to them.
Please do.
Deb, I'm gonna leave.
All right, bye.
Oh, God, 12 o'clock already.
I will. I will. Thank you so much.
Hey, I'll see you.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Good news
Supporting
here.
my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
They
Okay.
work hard.
Oh, he's in his Raphael outfit still. Right?
I just charged him.
Hey, he came over straight from the works.
You guys, turn 40. So do you have any idea who could have done this? I mean, this is kind of out of the way. You would have had to know that this is here.
And I'll show him
I'll bring it up to myself and see something. As far as seeing girls, we're done.
Cristian.
Is this the memorial commemorating stones?
Let's go look at the other. Most. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll just get a little bit of everything. But okay, I'll get some close shots. Location shots. I appreciate you. Thank you. No, I'll use this stuff. I'll try to use all of it.
Yeah, I think all of it, but I was like, at least use the police shots.
I'll use yeah, at least 75%.
You know your name?
Is he Al-Qaeda?
Yep, you got close.
I do have some close-ups, but...
Were you at the march? Your name?
Oh, thank you. Coming up.
So we're shaking it.
Yes.
How many people you think are that march this morning? Several thousand. 4 more. God, 6 more years.
Yeah.
Is it because of the event? There's
So
two
I
of
got
you?
the call from my son
No, there's always 2 of us.
like before, and so I only blocked 2, and then I came over here, and so yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of people. Stuck in traffic. Yeah.
Parked by over there on that side. Roll out by Lanier.
Oh yeah.
What is 420? That's marijuana.
Let me do that.
Good call.
So that's Rick Thompson. July 7th shooting.
Well, there was more people.
Just tell them to pay taxes.
It was like what, 7? Well, and then
They
got some at
It was
5,
on July 7th.
and it was in
8:02.
And then somebody had the bright idea of sending the Roma to the bomb.
That was
Freaking awesome.
That was our World War Visitor program.
That's freaking awesome. That's pretty smart.
That's his badge number, and then Darren Michael, that's his badge. That's Memorial. Their friends.
That I know her name. No, they're here. No, she's like a ninja. He's for ninja. You know this guy? You should go see him. Well, he's there.
You gotta dress a boss. It just came from. I already texted that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for parting open there.
Yeah.
I'll hand this to you.
You guys ready? Ready.
I'm gonna adjust this all in the same place.
That's when I started.
No way. Wow. Yeah, mero de 40?
Okay. Thank you.
We're gonna have to do something for your 40th. You don't
I passed 40 a long time ago.
Oh, never mind. Oh, that's right. For your 50th then.
I don't even want to think about it.
He's gonna celebrate 50 years doing this.
Oh,
No, you're good. You're good.
you're good.
Are y'all good? Rocky? Okay. I'm gonna go with we're good.
Go for it.
All right.
If you want to start.
Sure. Well, we're out here at the migrant memorial that has been created by the community over the last few years and daily maintained by the community out here for the last few years. It recognizes the lives lost in 2022 in June. There was an act of vandalism to attempt to destroy this memorial last night. Obviously, this is a crime, and the DA will elaborate on the level of crime that is, but this rises the highest level of concern for me because it takes advantage of members of our community and also continues to fuel the level of rhetoric and hate that has been going on in our community and others about immigrants. And so we're asking anyone who has information about what happened here last night and the destruction of this memorial to come forward. We will find who is responsible for this, and they will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. What happened here is not reflective of our community, and we will make sure that we find who is responsible.
Do you feel like any other structures or anything else, especially the other memorial here, are at risk?
This was a very targeted act against these crosses that represent 53 lives lost in 2022, migrants who came here to work and to have a better life for their families, and it was the target of an act of hate, and we are not going to tolerate that. And first thing, we're going to rebuild this, and we're asking anyone who has information about what happened to come forward so we can make sure that we find who's responsible.
And you mentioned an act of hate. Do you foresee maybe a hate crime?
I'll let the DA talk about that, but clearly this is not an accident, the site that was selected for this kind of crime, and this is clearly an affront to the values of our San Antonio community.
And can you just touch on real quick the significance of the timing with the trial?
I'll let others speculate about the timing, but look, this is a city that stands up for the rights of everyone and respects the dignity of every person, and that includes migrants who come to this country and people who lose their lives in pursuit of opportunity in this country. In this case, the migrants who are memorialized in this site. So, there is a level of rhetoric in our political discourse right now that quite clearly is fueling acts like this. And it is not tolerated in San Antonio, and in this case, it won't be tolerated. We're going to find who's responsible and make sure that the weight of the law falls on them.
You mentioned political discourse. Do you feel the current administration, any of this lies on that?
I think that question answers itself. Clearly, the administration is fueling a level of divisive rhetoric that causes people to be angry at other people in our community, and that simply is not productive, and it ends up in things like this.
Well, good morning. I'm Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez, and I'm out here because I am the DA of Bexar County 24/7. What is ironic about today's events or last night's events is I was participating before I got here in the celebration of Cesar Chavez, the March for Justice. And then I'm notified of this, and the mayor asked me to come out here to the crime scene and assess the damage. As far as I'm concerned, this appears to be a hate crime. I have no problem saying that if and when the perpetrators are caught, we intend to charge that individual or individuals with a hate crime because this is what this appears to be. And so I am asking as the top law enforcement official of Bexar County, to anyone out there that knows anything, to please contact the San Antonio Police Department and tell us what you know. If you know something, say something. Oftentimes people that commit these crimes brag about it. So if you happen to overhear someone boast about the fact that they damaged these crosses, please let the authorities know, because as far as I'm concerned, this is something that will not be tolerated. As the mayor says, this is not who we are. We are a tolerant community. Before I walked in here, I was dressed in full uniform and to celebrate the memory of Cesar Chavez. That's what is so ironic about this event, is on the day that we are supposed to celebrate our differences, but that we come together as a community to celebrate our differences and work together to live in a community that lives in harmony. So again, I beseech any member of the community that knows anything about this to please come forward and provide whatever information that we have, because I am committed to prosecuting this individual or group of individuals to the fullest extent of the law.
And can you speak to the significance of the timing with the trial? I mean, how important this is?
Well, I can't comment on the trial because there is an appellate process. There may be future appeals, so I certainly don't want to taint or compromise the result of that trial. But I don't. It's not lost on me that this happens at the same week as we saw that trial. Again, the day after this incident, we celebrate the memory of Cesar Chavez. So I do think there's a connection. I don't think this is coincidence, but as far as specifics, that's as far as I'm willing to say at this point.
What do you say to community members who see things like this, who have memorials for their loved ones or other migrants in the community who've lost their lives like this?
To them, I say we respect the memory of your loved ones. We will do everything we can to ensure that you have the ability to remember them with dignity, and that if anything happens to them, to please contact the authorities and we will prosecute those individuals. No one should be subject to this sort of crime. No one should be subject to remembering their loved ones with this sort of destruction. So yes, we are going to prosecute those individuals, whoever they are, that commit these sorts of crimes. So if anything like this happens to any family member that is a member of this community that is a victim of a hate crime, please come forward and if we have the evidence, we will prosecute those individuals.
And are there joint task forces working on this in addition to SAPD?
Well, I can't speak to any specific task forces. I know that SAPD and other members of the law enforcement community are aware that these sorts of crimes occur. It doesn't happen just in this state, but across the country. So I know that they are prepared to handle this sort of a crime. I'm confident that they will work hard and hopefully uncover whoever did this horrible thing.
And of course, this is very early, but 53 crosses. Could this be the number of charges, the number of counts?
Absolutely, we could theoretically charge someone with 53 counts of criminal mischief. Again, if it qualifies as a hate crime, it elevates it to the next offense level. So it appears to me this is a felony level of criminal mischief, and again, a hate crime will elevate it to the next highest level.
Anything else you'd like to add?
That's all I have to say this morning. Again, it's tragic that we have to experience this. It's tragic that the family members have to go through this and see the horrible result of this kind of vandalism and this kind of horrible act. But we're gonna work diligently to find those individuals, whoever they are. And again, I ask the community to step forward if they know anything about who did this, to please come forward so that we can hold those individuals accountable.
Thank you. And I'm Councilwoman Adriana Rocha Garcia. This is in District 4. And so this morning I too was at the march, and it was just devastating. I got a call from one of the residents that comes daily to check on this memorial, and she was just in absolute tears. And she could barely tell me what had happened, but I got sent a photo of what happened, and so immediately I let the mayor know, and I couldn't stay at the march as long as I wanted to today. I walked a symbolic block, and then I headed straight over here because the residents that I represent needed me. And I wanted to make sure that we were doing everything that we could to make sure that people know that we will not let this type of hate happen in San Antonio. And I knew that we could come together as a community today, and they will not let us stand down. We are going to rebuild. We're actually just waiting for a few minutes right now, and we'll start putting up some of the crosses that we could reuse. We've already had a lot of outpouring of support from the community saying, count us in. We're asking for volunteers to come and help us put up the crosses so that they could see that we will not be allowing this type of hate in San Antonio, not in a compassionate city. And we're looking forward to anybody who has information, like the DA said, like the mayor said, to secure the people who did this are just, come to terms with the law. Again, we're looking right now for answers. We'll look to see if we could put some additional cameras in place, etc. It's such a remote location that people can get away with doing things, and so the focus will be on repairing for today.
Could the cameras we see in the future potentially, could that be a city-funded opportunity?
I think that it definitely can be a city-funded opportunity. Right now, the crosses, they're all donated, essentially by members of the community. As a matter of fact, when they heard on the news already that this was happening, members of the community started coming already. They are prepared with tools and everything necessary to put the crosses back up today. They're prepared to go out and get the paint and do everything themselves, but they need some support from the city, and so we know that we'll be working together with SAPD and trying to figure out what we can do with cameras.
How do you as a community come together after such a tragic incident like this?
Well, like the DA mentioned, today was a day of celebration of justice. Through the Cesar Chavez March, which drew thousands of people downtown. And right before taking the stage, I informed Ernesto Martinez, who is the leader, the organizer of the Cesar Chavez March, and he was devastated because it's migrants that Cesar Chavez made sure that were represented as well. We want to secure. I'm so sorry. Okay. It's the type of injustices like the ones that Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta and all of the people whose work we come on the backs of is going to lead us through this time. They will not destroy us. They will not keep us down. The hate cannot stop us. We need to unite, and we need to showcase that San Antonio truly is compassionate city, USA.
Okay, well, let's talk.
Here, guys.
We can just get I'll get a card. I'll get a credit card. Do you want to get him on the line and I can call
Okay, the thing is that there maybe, he said that maybe it's right.
Okay. Okay.
So, I just need help. I'm willing to go over there and do it.
Yeah.
It's the McCoys on Jones Plaza.
Okay. No problem. It's gonna be
Yeah, somebody have cash for it, we can always just have it reimbursed.
Anybody has $1,100 in the pocket?
No, can I call it in when you get there? Can I call my credit card in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I talked to Armando.
That's
He's
perfect.
the manager.
Okay, then just tell it. Yes, yeah. Just tell him to come.
Yeah, and then we'll do the cinder block reinforcement.
Okay. Yes, perfect. We're gonna start over there, Mary. This over.
Okay. Take care.
Okay. You're gonna go over and get the stuff? Okay. Yes, I'll have my card.
Yes.
Ricardo, if you want to go on backpack, and let's start moving in. They stopped the live view, but I think they're still streaming. I mean, not streaming, sorry. Are all still rolling?
So far.
Cristian, podemos.
¿Qué?
Can I move these cosas también? Podemos mover.
No, porque yo ya me voy a confundir, ya no voy a saber dónde
Okay.
va una y la otra por
Dejar
ahí.
todo ahorita.
Sí, dile que no lo muevan allá.
Okay, okay.
Cristian, ¿qué piensas? Y después, ¿conoces dónde está el... Si no mandamos a poner... Ok, bien. A little bit further. Sí, ahí va a quedar. Ah, va a sacar cemento.
Is there water around here?
No. You have to bring it in.
You think water would help?
It always helps.
Agua. No.
Get a little water truck wet. Councilwoman. Yeah, thanks, Leslie. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna take off.
Trying to see kind of what we have.
Okay. In